framed for child porn by a virus. That sucks. This guy received a virus that, let's see what it says here. This virus accessed like 40 sites at a time, downloading all the child porn it could get access to on this guy's computer. And it was stored in his images and video folders on his computer, so I don't see how he had never seen those. But an investigation was done by some computer forensics people, and the person who did the testing says that there's a lot of evidence against the fact that he actually did it. It's showing that there's no way a human could have access to so many sites at a time, downloading all this information. Oh, not information, child porn. And I guess this guy's life is ruined, his family's life is ruined, his wife's life is ruined, all because of some dinky little virus. That sucks. And this reminds me of I remember watching, I think it was Dateline. This like 19 or 18-year-old kid got a virus, similar virus. He got charged with being a pedophile, and it completely ruined his life. It's interesting to see the kind of things, the way your life, goes for the worst once you get convicted of something like that. You can't get a job, pretty much, because what kind of person wants to hire a pedophile? You can't. I remember he said something about not being able to sit with everyone else at church. He had his own little section. He's like, you can't be around like children and stuff. It's a crappy life. But basically, this virus would store child porn on his computer so that the owners of the virus could easily access the porn remotely and not risk having it on their own computers. Nifty little way of covering up a problem. But the reason why I'm pretty sure he was convicted guilty, but I think it's because he couldn't afford all the forensic costs, but I'm not sure. But it says here that blaming it on a virus has become a very, very popular thing amongst people who get caught for this kind of reason. And it turns out that most people who get caught for child porn are like, dude, it wasn't me, it was a virus. So even though a lot of people are guilty who say that, a couple aren't, and it kind of screws it up for them. But stay up to date with your security news. Try to avoid clicking on things or going places you shouldn't, and you should be able to avoid these kind of things. And that's pretty much all the news for this week. There's actually a bunch more, but I'm not going to read them on the podcast. Just go ahead to MrCracker.com, look on the right-hand side for an opt-in box, put in your name, email, submit. You'll receive an email address or an email that'll ask you to confirm your email address, just to make sure that you're the one that owns that email, because we don't want to spam someone. It's considered spam if they never asked for it. And once you confirm your email address, you'll get an email once a week with all the latest news, information about MrCracker.com, and a bunch of goodies, hacker websites, tips, all that good stuff. So go ahead to MrCracker.com and sign up for that if you're something you're interested in. And let's get into the main topic. So today we'll be talking about phishing as the main topic, and that's because as of lately, phishing attacks have really spiked, and they're a really popular form of attack because they're extremely easy to execute. Also because phishing has been a pretty popular topic on my website. Not really phishing as the actual fake login page post, but that goes one-on-one with phishing. So phishing is pretty much pretending to be somebody else and having somebody trust you enough to put in their information, thinking that you are that person you're pretending to be, and giving up their login information. And as an example, let's say you got an email from eBay, and it says you need to update your information because of this, blah 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 blah. Click here, and once you click that button, you're presented with a page that looks exactly like eBay. And the only difference is that if you look up into the URL bar, it's not ebay.com/something something. It might be like ebay.this.something else.com/this, but it's not ebay.com/ whatever the page is. and that's instantly a red flag. If you're supposed to be on eBay's website, but the URL bar says something else, and you're obviously not. You should leave immediately. But you're presented with a page that looks exactly like eBay, and then you click login, and you put in your information, your username, password, submit, and your information has just been given over to somebody else. And sometimes they have automated systems where they instantly log in, they instantly test the information that you submitted, they instantly log in and attempt to change your password. They attempt to maybe buy something, send money, whatever it is that their personal goal is. And these are some of the more advanced types, but mostly you'll just come across email websites, like fake websites for Hotmail or Yahoo, and once you put in your information, it gets given over to the attacker. And then you might find that your username and password is changed, or your password is changed. And that's not a good thing, because your email is pretty much the gateway into your whole internet life. And any website you sign up to, your email goes in. One of the first things is your email, and you can change your password via your email. The forgot password feature. You might have username and password sent to your email for other websites. So it's pretty much your gateway to your whole internet life. So you really need to keep your email secure. Safe. But the mostly you won't find phishing attacks for smaller websites. They're mostly for things like PayPal, eBay, banking websites, email providers, internet service providers, all those just big websites that actually have some kind of value to them, like money or information that could be of use to the attacker. And many of these attacks are usually sent via email, and they are presented as that website, and they're trying to get you to click on the link and go there. So never ever click on a link in your email. Usually just go there through typing it in yourself.